Now, with the festive season upon us, a lot of snacking is set to take place. One of the world's largest snacks companies, Mondelēz International, has released its annual State of Snacking report, indicating that even with strained budgets, concerns around inflation and rising food prices, snacking is a top priority. Arpan Sur, marketing lead for Mondelēz International in Sub-Saharan Africa, joins us with more detail on the findings of the report. Thank you so much for your time, Arpan. Now, let's start off with defining snacking. What does this encompass?
Snacking is what you have between meals, So whether as an on-the-go pick-me-up or a healthy end to the day, it's what keeps you going through a busy schedule.
Well, now it's quite interesting because, we're not just talking about the short term here. We're actually talking about the long-term trends that happen over time. And I'm just wondering, because now it seems that there's also a part of it where you talk about snacking being what you have between meals, but some people actually replacing meals with snacks. And I'm wondering, are generational shifts then changing the landscape with snacking taking up more market share in our mouths?
So firstly, I think it's interesting because times are challenging. So you would expect people to maybe cut down on things like snacking, but we are not seeing that, and I just wanted to touch upon that a bit. I think it's because you have long days in office, you're commuting back to home from work. While you're doing that, you grab a snack, right? And also, as you end a long hard day, a chocolate is a great friend to end it with, right? One of the things that our snacking report actually said, which was very interesting to me, was that 60% of the consumers said they would rather give up social media for a month than give up chocolates.
Wow.
I couldn't agree with them more. But to your question now, with regards to generational differences, we do see it. Snacking is universal, but you have different trends for youth versus adults.
Yeah.
Youngsters, they love excitement, they love innovation. And as a company like ours, Mondelēz, we try and bring new flavors to bring excitement. Like this week in South Africa, we are launching a limited edition Oreo Coke flavor, which has the Oreo biscuit, but with a Coke flavor. We have done a collaboration with Coke. At the same time, you also have adults who don't like to experiment too much. They like their tried and tested. So for them, a classic Cadbury Dairy Milk or a classic lunch bar is always there, and then they try and stick to that. So I guess snacking is universal, but you do have differences between generations.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because it does also speak to lifestyle and just certain other things that you do. For example, Netflix and chill. When you Netflix and chill, you'll be having snacks. So it's quite interesting to see the changes there in terms of the lifestyle. But now, because of the lifestyle changes and the trends that are happening there, and also the generational shifts, do you think then it's important for brands to speak differently to consumers where there is a cultural shift in terms of how you appeal to them as well?
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think Mondelēz, our approach has been to, empower people to snack right, offering the right snack for the right moment, made the right way.
Yeah.
But what we are seeing essentially is consumers prefer brands which drive long-term connections. So they stick to their tried and tested even during tough times. And what are the, some of the trends that we are seeing? So firstly, there's inflation, so prices are going up, but you need to give a range of offerings to the consumers so that there is something for everyone, right? So that's one. Local flavors are becoming important. So people like the global trends, but they love something which is uniquely South African. So very recently we did a Cadbury Dairy Milk during Easter, which was a hot cross bun flavor, and that was liked by the consumers. In Chappies, we had a mystery flavor. Chappies is our bubble gum. we had a cream soda flavor, and we actually went to the consumer and asked them to guess what flavor it was. And cream soda is a South African favorite, so most of them guessed it right, and there was lots of buzz around it. What we are also seeing is health and well-being is something that's becoming very, very big.
Yes, yes.
At the same time, people want something healthy, but they don't want to compromise on the taste. So getting the balance right between health and taste is really important. And I think lastly, sustainability is becoming very important. So doing what is right for the planet. So you can have a great product, but if the packaging is not recyclable, consumers don't like the brand or the company. So I think those are some of the trends that we are seeing in the world of snacking.
So would you say, I mean, because you say that the consumer has appetite for a brand that is tried and tested, and from what you're saying with the, where you have a brand that is tried and tested, but then you try and make tweaks to it to kind of bring out that unique effect. Would you say that maybe instead of bringing out new snacks and new brands, you'd rather than just focus on innovation to kind of spice things up in that market?
So I think it's a bit of both, So we do have our loyal consumers who will have our product no matter what. But snacking as a segment or a category is also one where there's lots of repertoire. People snack on different things. So they have a few things that is sort of a ritual for them, but they also want to try new things, especially the youngsters, right? Africa has a big base of youngsters. It's a youthful audience much more than other markets. So to win with the youth, you need to continuously excite them. What they want is to try the snack before their friends do, so that they can flaunt on social media and stuff like that. So there's a set of loyal users, but there's also a set of users who try new things, and to win with them, you need constant excitement and innovation.
Well, Arpan, are there any challenges or misconceptions in the African continent that could maybe hinder the progress of growth for the snacking industry?
Firstly, I think I'd want to maybe reframe it as it's not a challenge, it's an opportunity.
Okay.
You can look at things, in two ways all the time, right? I always feel it's glass half full.
Yes.
So I think firstly, as a company, as a brand, you need to do the right things. Drive local relevance, have variety, provide options to the consumers. But if you do that, I think Africa has a world of opportunity. A lot of the GDP growth in the next 30 years globally will come from the African continent. Lot more younger consumer base, as I said, so the youth also snack more. They try new products, new trends. Also, urbanization is on the rise, digitalization is on the rise. So snacking in general is on the increase, and it makes me very, very optimistic for the future in Africa.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your insights there on the landscape of snacking in Africa. That was Arpan Sur, marketing lead for Mondelēz International in Sub-Saharan Africa.